monetization.
I returned. I decided I couldn't end it. There's like a lot of potential here.
Continue playing and favorites.
No, I'm back. I'm not giving up, basically.
We also have the friend list and the friend activity where people can find a new experience just by
this it's not always a surprise that I come back. Surprise attack.
And this is super exciting.
Okay, I'm in this guy anyways.
We wanted to make sure that new experiences got discovered on the platform. How do we do that?
Back.
So when new experiences and experiences launch, we gradually start exposing them to people.
This is the backup version.
Results, we continue to expand.
Why would I end it? But just watching Quick for a bit. That was the thing to push me. Okay, I'm going back. I don't care.
Were created just roughly in the last 90 days.
If I could be staying up late if I want to. I know what the mess is.
But we want to keep
this
is here and continue to make
me like doing a video on it is so fine, but that takes a lot of time.
In the discovery section, we are working on improving discovery through
It was one funniest moment. Nah,
sponsor experiences were
I didn't give up yet. Going back.
Recently, we ran a test.
That's the least.
Into the homepage.
That's the least suspected of me. I'm going back.
An increase of 367% in ad conversion. I'm sure that some of you have seen the click-through rate improving in the homepage in this experiment. And we're going to keep iterating because we want to make this tool really useful for you so that you can get your content promoted and discovered on the platform. We also have these amazing Video Star programs. As I mentioned, it's a vibrant community of video creators that are invested in Roblox. They collectively average more than 10 billion views every month. That's huge. 10 billion views. It's a big, big, big number. And when we talk to users, this is one of the most common ways in which people discover experiences.
Yeah, those have been
events,
a very successful game with Rainbow fans, but I think those is doing better.
Have also become creators inside Roblox.
Yes,
they have created their collections of items. They have built their studios.
With how many people is filming this event? I mean, I don't know.
We will continue to grow this program in two ways. One, we want to expand it to new geographies so that we can reach more people all over the world. And two, we're going to expand it to other platforms like TikTok to reach our audience there as well and get more people coming in.
Other platforms? Oh, nice.
And last but not least in this section is how do we think about communities? One of the things, when I talk to you in the audience many times and ask questions, what's missing? I hear that one of the things that you want is to be able to engage and build your community base, your fan base. How do you communicate with them? How do you grow and nurture that community? And I know that today, you may have had to do that work outside of the Roblox platform, and that's not ideal. So with Gilded, we're working really hard to build the most amazing community platform for Roblox, so that you can communicate with your audience, share when you have an update, share the news, link directly so that they can join the experience right away when you're actually announcing an update. You want to have channels to receive feedback, to people to submit.
I should cover a video about this to know
actually, I'm not sure. So that you can invite people to those different events.
A good idea.
You may want to manage support issues. We're going to be working hand in hand with you, with the Roblox and Gilded team together, and we're going to be reaching out for your feedback and your ideas as we continue to build this. Stay tuned. This is going to be a pretty amazing investment.
Hi.
So,
kind of funny that I decided to end of the stream, but okay, I'm coming back again.
You really want to grow your business. You decided that you want to expand your studio. You want to hire more people. You want to maybe build a second.
When you least suspect it, it will come back.
We want to help you along that journey. And the way we're going to do it is by giving you the insights, the information, and the tools so that you can build your business and better monetize.
This guy is talking now.
So let's start with the analytics.
Yeah, probably.
There has been tremendous progress on creating analytics.
Decent.
Our goal is to provide you with the insights to make decisions that improve the engagement, the retention, and the monetization of your experience.
Yeah, for like games,
so in Q1, we added the ability to break down retention by region, age group, and device, so that you can see how your experience is working and understand if you have gaps in retention in any of those areas. Now, in the coming month, we want to show you a benchmark so that you can understand where your experience, how your experience compares to other experiences with similar player traits, and understand if you have gaps in retention. I believe that that information is going to help you to improve and get more information about how you need to work to actually reach some impressive milestones in retention. Secondly,
usually you go away where good stuff comes.
Once you get retention, you want to grow. And one of the things that I heard from the community is that you want to know where your traffic is coming from. We call that sources of traffic. So in the coming month, we're going to introduce what we're calling the acquisition dashboard. And you're going to be able to see when people come to the experience, which links, which areas of Roblox send them or directed them to your experience. You're going to see if that traffic is organic. You're going to see if that traffic was through advertising or other sources. And this is an area that we're going to continue investing in because we know that by having that information, you can improve your funnels and you can actually make your traffic flowing into your experience even better and grow with it. We also, in June, introduced the monetization dashboard. This monetization dashboard allows you to see where your revenue is coming from so that you can optimize your experience and continue to grow your business. And in the next year, we're going to introduce what we're calling the real-time dashboard. It's going to allow you to
that's like minimum of average selected time period.
You're going to be able to see at frame rate,
total of selected time period,
utilization, and you're going to be able to make better decisions and choices of how you're building your experience.
Roblox.
So with all of this, you're going to have great information at your fingertips, and this is an area that we want to continue to invest to give you even more insights and information as you grow. Now, let me talk a little bit about Marketplace. As Dave mentioned, we have a huge and growing transactional economy on Roblox. Just in June of this year, 2.7 million creators earn Roblox on the platform. So we ask ourselves the question, how do you make something that is good, how do you take it to the next level? Well, two answers. First, we want to open it up to more creators, and we won't stop until every single user on the platform can eventually publish and sell on Roblox. That's our goal. The second one is we want to introduce...
So that was around maybe 15 minutes of the event.
What that means is that we want to mimic...
Let's do at least 1.5.
How real-world economies work and bring that energy and that feature set into the platform. So with that idea in mind, we're going to be releasing many cool things in the coming month. The first one is we want to introduce a scarcity. And the idea with this is that you're going to be able to create...
But obviously when it comes like 10 p.m. in this time zone... okay, I'm not going to be streaming more.
Value over time. Now, once you have collectibles and limiteds, the next thing that you want to be able to do is be able to resell them and trade. So that an item that is sold on the platform continues to accrue value over time. And then as subsequent transactions happen, because people are buying and reselling, the creator of the item can continue earning. So you won't only earn from the first time, you continue earning on the subsequent transactions. That's going to be very huge, and I think it's going to drive the economy in pretty meaningful ways. The third one is one that I've been hearing also from you loud and clear. You want to have the ability to offer free promotional items. And we want to bring that capability so that any Roblox creator can publish free promotional items. And last but not least, we're going to continue investing in sponsor items, which is very similar to sponsor experiences, so that you can promote your items in the marketplace. I think that the four things...
Instead of Roblox up there, we should have named it Roblox.
Supercharged marketplace. I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to do with it. But as big and as impressive our transactional economy is, we still want to invest in new sources of revenue for the creator community. And as Dave mentioned, we're excited to work on this concept of immersive ads. These ads are native to 3D immersive experiences. They're fun. They should be interactive. They should be safe. They should not be obtrusive. And they should respect people's privacy. And we also want to give you control as developers, where you place them, how you run them. With more than 58 million users coming every day and billions of hours spent on the platform, brand advertisers, and even experience creators are looking for ways to reach this audience in novel ways. So we have
So gonna be free layer clothing gonna cost me? I don't know. It looks like that.
Along with you, the community, and brand marketers.
Huh.
Think about portals that you can navigate from one experience to the other. Think about the billboard that you just saw on my video, where the video is promoting an item, and by tapping on that billboard, I can choose the item that I want to buy, try it on, complete the transaction without leaving the experience. Think about a scenario where brands want to embed content inside experiences, and we have a true mechanism to make that seamless and direct. It's going to be very, very amazing. It's going to be something that we're going to start, like usually, iteratively, working our way up. But I see a huge opportunity for all of you here, and I'm excited to see what we build. So there's a lot to be excited about. You heard me chatting about the work that we're doing to help you realize your creative dreams. You heard me talking about the work that we're doing to help you grow your communities. And you heard me talking about the work that we're doing.
I wonder how many
to help you
people
become a meaningful
are
business.
taking on stage.
There's really no doubt in my mind that this world is ours for the making, and we're going to make something amazing together. Thank you so much, and now I'm going to have Dan Sturman come talk to you.
Please welcome Roblox Chief Technology Officer, Daniel Sturman.
Next year. Oh, there's a new one coming up? Oh yeah! There is!
Hello! Wow, so this is just amazing. This is my second RDC, and I was just blown away last
There's been 3 people on stage.
Like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna end it off here, at least. What I did with after David Baszucki.
I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Roblox. I'm also known as
It's going a bit quicker than just David
Baszucki. I have
Baszucki.
the very distinct pleasure of taking all of you through what our engineering team has been doing over the past year and where we're going in the next. So we're over 1,000 strong now in engineering. So it's really grown as a team.
Really, there are thousands strong. That's
what makes
good.
This my really distinct pleasure is all 1,000 of engineers, we all get up every morning psyched for what we can do to make you more productive and what we'll see you guys do with the crazy stuff.
Probably like, I think like 700 subscribers are probably going to be quite easy than the normal deal to go to.
In fact, my prep pretty much was 3 shots of espresso.
Pretty unusual, but I feel like, yeah, it's going to be quite easy.
So I'm going to go kind of fast, and in some cases I'm just going to give you a word cloud with a bunch of things we're working on that I won't be able to go into today, but don't worry, they'll all be talked about in the sessions later on this week. So with that, let's dive right into it. Last year, we talked about things at RDC that we'd be doing this year.
Last year?
An update on how those went. So of course, layered clothing, one of our biggest releases
layered clothing, yeah.
And really a game changer. It's a game changer from a tech point of view. No one else has really done this before. And it's also a game changer for how you can be expressive on the platform and how you approach it as creators. We now have the ability that our users can mix and match any items and layer them on their avatar. And in fact, over half of our daily actives are using at least one layered clothing item. Just curious, how many folks here have equipped layered clothing stuff on their avatars, right? You saw my avatar at the beginning, definitely it's using that. It's really cool. And then it's also a game changer for creators, because we're going to be introducing.
I need to name the title to
design an item
streams, part 1 and part 2, basically.
So you're not pigeonholed into some sub-market, but you can just
because I have
make
so
your
long.
items that can be awesome and let our users be creative with it and figure out.
That may be why I ended it off with the 1 hour.
Facial animation. You saw some of this with Dave's awesome demo before, but this is a game changer also in avatar expressiveness, and you'll hear about it a lot over the next 2 days. And you'll see a lot of things over the next year and more on how we're taking this elemental technology and applying it all over the place.
Quite insane.
The general idea is heads are equipped, we call them dynamic heads, with the ability to do facial animation. And it can be any head. We've introduced this in Studio so you can create and publish new heads to the platform. It'll be our classic heads, it'll be dinosaur heads, it'll be alien heads. We also launched what we call auto skin transfer. This stuff like the beard you see in there, it can be eyelashes, eyebrows, it can be hair. Though personally, I'm a little less invested in the whole hair thing, but I think a lot of you will be, right? Anyway, so this is going to be an elemental tool that allows us to do all sorts of expressiveness on the platform.
When this comes out, it's gonna be kinda crazy.
Before with just doing
but it's kind of for a few games, but not like too many. Chat with spatial voice, yeah, that's the thing.
And we've launched.
It was really cool.
That so far we have 2.5 million 13+ verified users signed up for spatial voice, and it's been incredibly popular. We have up to
2.5 million.
Experiences. We're looking to scale that to 100
that's a decent amount of numbers.
So this is one of my favorite features, and I'll explain why in a minute. But this is about our new materials and the way you can use them and customize with them. So the idea here is we introduce the concept of
small slice of a country.
Physically based rendering materials. They just have, in a sense, layers within them, so you can get light reflection, much better, more realistic use cases with these materials. So you can see, for example, from Infinity LT, how much more realistic that looks. And this is why I love it, because I am a terrible, terrible artist. Absolutely horrible. I might be able to code, but I cannot do art. I was able to go into my own experience, apply these materials, all of a sudden looked like I had some skill, and I just really loved that. But what we also realized as we were rolling this out is all of you have put
and tomorrow is also a crazy day.
Your experiences look like. So we can't just roll out a bunch of new materials. We have to give you absolute control on how materials.
I'm gonna look on the Bloxy Awards tomorrow.
So we came up with this material manager and the ability to do custom materials. Now you can keep classic Roblox materials. You can grab the new material set. You'll soon see new material packs on the creator marketplace. And you'll be able to even download or create things from the web and bring in your own materials right into the manager. So you have absolute control over how this works. It's pretty cool, right? Okay, Dave mentioned this as well, but real-time CSG is one of the things we're really excited about long-term. And in fact, this is the start of something you'll be hearing about called in-experience.
What on earth is that? That's crazy.
Building up towards this. So the idea behind in-experience creation is you don't have to be outside of Roblox or in studio to create cool stuff.
That's so interesting.
As, in a sense, a player in the game, but you're creating. And maybe you can take that onto the platform for something on your avatar or your friend's avatar. So real-time CSG, we went, and with CSG v3, we are now 100 times faster than we can do. And you can see this with this lathe example. This is the old world right here. It's clunky, it's slow. And now look how smooth this is. The lathe has been something internally we've been focused on forever. Yeah, no, it's very cool. And it's
smooth if online. You kind of problematic. No,
so
problematic one too smooth.
Is a feature. I talked about Project Harmony last year, and we're continuing on that. This is going to be a long journey for us, but one we're super excited about. So a lot of features. Dave mentioned things like parallel Lua and 10 times faster recasts. We're also doing spatial query filtering at about 3x the speed now. Humanoid ladder checks about 4x the speed. But more than just faster performance,
but how many more people are going to be in service? Like,
we want to do the right thing, whether you're on an old hand-me-down iPhone 6, or if you are on the latest, greatest GPU-enabled gaming PC, and have the right thing happen between our servers, your experience, and you, the creators, should not have to worry about it. That's our job to make that happen.
Keynote presentations. First is special guest Billeman.
Another multi-year journey. In fact, what
I could swim for like 2 hours
is this idea of the universal app. And we've seen great results as now we've rolled this out
check in
and to Mac, on top of course, iOS and Android.
Oh my god, that looks
first of all, it gives us one system
so cool.
To bring to any platform.
It looks like nothing else. Like not like it's like looks like it's kind of outside Roblox.
Then optimize them so we say, oh, this is the part that's got to look different on Windows, and we'll be able to tweak that. And this is the part on the phone. But meanwhile, bringing all the goodness for the things that are common very quickly to the platform. It's also our biggest dog food to date. We've built all of this in Lua. We're like, if our creators are living in Lua, we need to live in Lua. That's how we ensure it stays fast, effective, expressive, and we can continue to optimize and understand the world you're living in. Okay, studio. You all spend countless hours in studio. So it's important we continue our investment there. And we've done this thing this year.
I could zoom to like 9 p.m. today at least.
It starts with new fonts, new
but it's a long event,
basically a new look and feel that I think is really cool, and it works for high-definition monitors, which I'm sure most of you have access to at this point, right? So if you have that great display, why not use it, right? And we want Studio to be able to support that. This is rolled out to about 30 to 50% of you at this point. Has anyone seen it, using it? It's random who gets it at this point, but yeah, so some of you. So that's rolled out. And with it also is this whole idea of a complete rework of the docking system. It's much more flexible. It does the right thing. It's so much more intuitive. A responsive ribbon. And the whole thing scales based on how you move the studio layout around. It doesn't do dumb things like clipping off important controls on the screen. The whole thing is going to be faster. It's more customizable. We think that makes you more productive, and I hope you find the same thing. It'll be rolled out to everyone shortly.
Very
okay,
cool.
So that was the stuff we talked about last year. Sneaky, and we didn't tell you about last year, which is really code for my engineers had no idea if they'd land it, right? Or we picked it up partway through the year. So I want to take you through some of those items. So a few, first of all, just graphic stuff out of our great engine team. I want to start with lighting and occlusion. You can just see the effect here. When the moon is bright, you can see that glare reflecting off the
Oh my god, that looks
clouded by the clouds,
nice.
the right things happen. It gets much more muted. Same thing with the sunny and overcast example on the bottom, where on a sunny day, those shadows are sharp and precise. When it gets cloudy, it gets much more diffuse. And that's the effect we all want. And again, something the engine should do for you. You shouldn't have to spend a lot of time tweaking that. Particles are really cool. Whether
Over
it's
fire looks
smoke,
so cool
effects.
Before and after
We think
effect.
you can do a lot of cool things with particles, and you can see what Emily Ben Space did here with fire, kind of going from the old world to what we're able to do with this like awesome new, really hot fire in the new example.
Wonderful.
Also, particles can change as they go, so fire can turn to smoke, you can have bubbles that grow and pop. It's a lot more flexibility for those kind of special sort of tweaks within your experiences. So this is something I'm really excited about, both for what we did this year, but the future of this. And you'll be hearing
that's really
from
cool.
all of us over the next few years. This whole idea that deep learning techniques start to really accelerate creation on the platform. It's really, I mean, a lot of this is going on at Roblox, deep in our technical teams and our research organization, but also in the world, that we're in a mode where this tech is just coming to the point where it's tremendous things. You can see right here, look how much easier it is to go and do a dance to animate an avatar. Or if you're like me, get one of your more coordinated friends to do a dance to animate your avatar, right? And then just transfer it directly. And then, of course, you can fix it up and tweak it as you go. And notice this is applying to all sorts of different avatar bodies and all sorts of different avatar faces. Same thing with faces, by the way. And this is where those dynamic heads and facial animation are so important. Because now we have a common standard. We can build something like this, where deep learning watches your face on camera and can put it on any head that's rolling out under this new system in Roblox.
Well, so like with faces thing, I'm gonna come up. That's gonna be interesting.
A concert in one of your experiences where you capture a singer dancing on stage just with these two tools. No fancy mocap suits, nothing like that. It's accessible to pretty much anyone. Okay, so we've also heard you about how difficult it is to kind of tweak in the animation editor, and that you get really jerky animations with kind of straight interpolation. Now, unfortunately, I say that, and my video is a little jerky itself, but ignore that. If you went and played with this, these curves we've added into it make things much smoother, and you can, again, control them. It's all about control for the creator. So you'll be able to take the curves, tweak them, get exactly the interpolation you want between points. It means you don't have to make a bazillion points in each of these animations. Another concern we've heard a lot from you, nothing's more frustrating than you've got a great experience, you've made it successful, and a bunch of annoying copycats and grab it and build these things to steal your traffic. So we've really been
it had decreased over time.
Cloning, and we've got a bunch of new models that are working really well in this domain. It's, again, going to be something we work on for quite a while, though. So, for example, here, you can have some clones. We now have a new pipeline. And we've taken down 40,000.
Men like normal games have normally over 50k players, so that would be
keep ramping it up,
something.
New models, and we're gonna. Our goal is to make this cloning.
But that's gonna probably happen in future.
There's a lot of other stuff we've been doing. It's one of these word clouds. I wish I could go into all of them. You can find great Roblox devs around the place. This week they'll be in talks and so on. They'll go into more details of these.
No problem with them.
I want to talk about a set of things.
Yeah.
That we
We're gonna mark the stream to like 9 p.m.
We've done some good progress this year,
today.
but we view these all as big multi-year journeys. And they're kind of big things. We'll never be done with them. But we're really excited. We want to give you an update on where we are on them. So I mentioned the Universal App before as something we promised we'd deliver this year. Now that we've done that, we're on to the next big phase. First, let's make it hum. Let's make it really perform. Real big improvements in app launch time, drops and crashes, particularly on the mobile devices where it's so tricky. Doing things like seamless app backload in iOS, so you can respond to a text without losing Roblox. All incredible improvements, and we're going to keep pushing on performance on the Universal App. At the same time, we're also saying, hey, we've got this Universal App. Any improvement we make here will go to everyone. So new in-experience menus being worked on is the next step. New ways to navigate in the app. Some will make more sense on different platforms. Setting ourselves up for more platforms.
Soon probably. Those is having an update. I'm not sure when, but we're having an update.
Platforms are much easier for us to port to. We're going to be looking particularly at more consoles, touching on things like VR. We now have the tool we need, so it's not a massive rework of all of Roblox in order to get onto one of these new platforms. And Studio, Dave mentioned this before, Manuel mentioned it, about collaboration being so key. So now collaboration is just one click away within Studio, and you're collaborating instantly. All new places by default are created as Team Create. And then we're moving in some directions that are going to make it really so much easier to collaborate. The first one's my favorite, which is a detailed version history. I'll admit, I even need this when I'm just working by myself because I'll mess things up and have no idea how I did it. But you can see what's changed, who's changed it, why is your experience looking the way it is. And then a bunch of tools to help you understand what your collaborators are doing on the platform. Where are they entering? What place are they in? What are they working on? All that from a 3D point of view. I think this stuff's going to be really cool and really big teams.
Yeah, I have anything in the background.
I don't have a lot of time here. We're going to continue a heavy investment in Studio. We got to make this tool the best in the world. We also already think it's pretty rocking, but we know we
I need to go. Yes, yeah, I'm probably going to end it up like pretty soon.
In a very good way. And so
have a good day, Sam. See you later. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Yeah, bye bye.
Blue are things that we're working on for next year.
Yeah.
The main thing you should take away is there's a big team behind this, and we're really serious about it. Okay, and packages. I told you last year under the section that we didn't deliver. Hey, we kind of have to scrap packages and go back to the drawing board. And that's exactly what we did. We basically threw out the back end, rebuilt it, rebuilt the user experience.
Well, it's very cool that at least would be updates coming out later.
No errors. And now we're able to do things like say, hey, let's put packages into the UGC marketplace so you can sell them to each other. We have
an improvement on the
Universal App. To share collaborative content across the platform. Whether that's you guys.
But this is gonna go on for a long time. This special event, probably a few hours ahead.
Through the marketplace or other mechanisms.
So it's kind of hard to stream the entire one. I did end it off like 90 minutes, but when I now decided to make another stream and zoom it a bit more.
We're moving to this concept of package interfaces. So these will be parameters or properties that can be attached to a package. Where if someone picks it up, they can just tweak the package by the parameters, the interface that the user intended, rather than having to dive into the guts of these things and fork them. So a lot more flexibility in how packages can be used.
It's a backup.
Talked last year about Open Cloud, how important that was to us. Dave talked a lot about the cloud. Put everything there. We've made great progress on it this year. So this year, we opened up the data store API. We added cross-server messaging API. We've added group API key support. And it's in beta now, OAuth 2 support for authenticating yourself through these APIs. So all really cool stuff that
probably the next day it pops up on public and end the stream.
Next
yeah, there's a lot of people. This is going for like
full asset API, including the ability to upload kind of.
How long is this going on for?
So I'm really excited about that.
More than like 6
We're also opening up memory store API. You can see uses for a back-end system, helping coordinate your matchmaking, for example.
We start 8 a.m. Get 12 p.m. That's like 4 hours. Plus 3 hours. It's 7 hours in total. That's crazy. Crazy.
Inside one of your experiences, you can just hit that API and do it. So a lot of power in all of these things.
Well, I can't be here for too long actually, but keynote presentation. That's the thing.
If you're anything like me, I can hold a thought in my head about 10 seconds. Right? So I'm always referring to docs whenever I'm coding, particularly when I'm coding on Roblox. And we heard loud and clear from you that our docs were not where you wanted them to be. We've put a lot of investment here. It started with a revamped doc site, and with that behind the scenes, we've really scaled our internal docs team this year. There's a lot more people on that team, and you need people to get this done well. We're now focused on things like
This I probably can't because I'm watching this.
Of course, the year you're going to see us
translate
15 languages, so they're available in the languages you're using.
No, we're not playing Please Donate.
This is a really cool thing. We're going to open source all this so that we can take contributions
to
directly from the community. Because I know so many of you said, I see you got this wrong. It could be so much better. Here's my idea, and there's no way for you to give that to us. So we're going to enable that. Yeah, right? Good docs make everything. We have this vision around a creator marketplace. And the idea behind the marketplace is that it is the way you can all share
yes, I'm watching this
creations beyond just your experiences with each other, building a community. But that's not going to work if you guys don't trust this marketplace. So we're hard at work making the marketplace much safer. We've taken down almost 50 million malicious or copycat assets just in 2022. We've gotten to the point now where spam has been reduced by 90%, and insertions are now almost, we're so close, almost so close to 99% safe. That's up from 83% a year ago.
I'm a bit quiet because I don't want to interrupt the other people who are listening.
Keep going, but it's a huge improvement, and it's telling you where we're trying to go with this thing. Right?
That's very interesting too, also.
As some next steps, we're going to make it so you can know when a verified creator, and that's ID or phone verified creator, basically has created one of these. So you kind of know who you're getting it from. It's at least someone who Roblox knows who they are. And we're going to really go hard against code plagiarism over the course of the next year. So all your users basically communicate with each other.
It's filling up English messages by the
in the experience. Okay. It's just a big part of being on Roblox. It's a social platform, right? So one of the biggest
that's quite interesting, filtering is
well, we need to keep them safe, we need to do filtering, but then they get less expressive, and this was no fun for anyone. We completely revisited our
it's better that you can express yourself
we could both make chat safer and less restrictive. It's a win-win. This year in English, 27% less filtering, while safety metrics went up at the same time. And we have similar results for Spanish, Portuguese, French, and German. As a next step, we're going to push even harder on that. We think we have another easy 25%, again, reducing the amount of filtering while improving safety. So we're really excited about where this could take the platform as a social platform.
Anti-cheat. Yeah, we need to fix on that. Thanks, I was well appreciated.
And look,
yeah, anti-cheating needs to get improved.
It's just getting difficult to create a really competitive game on Roblox because of cheating. So it's a focus for us. We have a good team on this. We have a long ways to go. We're changing direction, though. In the past, we'd all about what can we do to the client in order to make it harder to cheat. And we're going to continue to do some of those things, but we don't have control of the client. Once they have the code, they're making the calls, you can do anything to it if you're clever enough. So we're really starting to turn our focus as well to server-side cheat prevention, and we think this can really help an incredible.
If anti-cheating did improve a lot, that would be good. Because like people like Report can't really play competitive games at times. Always, but usually we cannot.
But we're going to make sure we're talking to all of you about that. In fact, along those lines,
but what about like offline mode? That would be nice. We had something about that earlier this year or last year. But yeah, nothing more.
So we can combat this together.
We talked about it, I heard, I think. I'm not sure actually.
We're really starting to go after alt accounts. If we find someone's behaving badly and we ban them from the system and they can just pop in again, that doesn't do any of us any good, right? So we're really getting better at understanding, yeah, you think it's alt, we don't think it's alt. We know who you are, right? And we're going to be focused on that from a prevention point of view. Okay, a few quick things. There's some stuff we always do behind the scenes. Dave touched on this, both from scale and reliability. You don't see these as features in the app, but they're very important. So we had a really big outage Halloween last year. I'm sure you all remember. Another one on May the 4th.
What is this reliable as a feature?
Has been really how do we avoid the biggest, most catastrophic issues. In the past, we centrally homed all our data in Chicago, and that worked for us at Roblox to that scale.
It looks like one of the keystrokes for like
full data
advice
center in
to get
Ashburn,
into
and
a cell or something
manually
like
fail over
that.
from Chicago to Ashburn.
That's like what I'm
Allowing us to deal
comparing
with
it
anything
to. That's
catastrophic
weird.
that really happens in Chicago. Really important step.
With
We're
Wiki
going
things
beyond that
in
to a world
that
that
looks
is
like a key in
what we
front
call
of a
an
virus.
active cellular data center, where both data centers are running at once. It's not a matter
Oh,
of failing
probably
over.
not.
We have capacity in both, and we're breaking these data centers into
Oh,
smaller
really
units we
looks.
call cells that are completely isolated units, so they can fail independently unless the whole building blows up or something along those lines. So we have a lot of room there. So reliability is going to continue to be a focus of the team going forward. We're doing all that while we're massively scaling Roblox. So our edge capacity, all the pops, data centers, data centers out there have grown 72%. Our bandwidth
I wonder what this is so long about. 3.1 terabits a second. Oh, what you see? 55% growth year over year. Basically, like we're a modest-sized telco company at this point. Well, it probably is a it needs to be that long because there's a lot of info. So there's always the capacity you need. Well, again, you never need to worry about very. Okay, I can't find. What's coming for next year? That's interesting.
That took some time. That was what we did this year. I'm now going to jump into just some sneak previews of what's coming up next year. And for most of it, I don't have the time to talk about it. So another word cloud. But I'm going to dive into a few of these. Approved account authentication. Nothing's worse for a user than when they lose their account, gets stolen, hijacked, or they can't otherwise recover it. That's just an incredible bummer. They've worked all this time.
Oh my god, this is nice.
Their character or whatever.
I can't recover prompts.
So we're starting in this past summer with more prompts for either cell phone, number, or email, so we can help them recover. Because when they don't have that stuff attached to their account, there's almost nothing we can do.
You can log in with your phone.
Saying, I can't get my
wait, is that a cookie thing? That's good.
Moving beyond that, though, once we have those, we can actually move it so we can take passwords, which I personally hate, out of the system. You can just sign in with phone or with email. We think that's going to be a lot more secure than passwords. Passwords appear on the dark web. They're just kind of old school. Most users kind of repeat the same password over and over and over again. So we're trying to get away from that. And then another thing that's been a big problem is this whole idea of web cookie theft. And in early 2023, we're going to roll out hardware-backed, unexfiltratable cookie tokens that replace cookies. The idea here is all our devices have the ability to create and store safely these tokens. If you use that, it's not something a hacker can grab or even ask you to give them. It's so much more secure.
Is there anything on Twitter?
Oh, this is a fun one. I just love this because you guys really taught us this one.
Like when I woke up in my
little story. It's Saturday morning. We're hitting a new peak load. All of engineers cheering, And then one of you goes and says, now's a great time to push a new update to my game to close the whole thing, and we'll have 1 million players want to rejoin right away.
Wait, 47 million,
first, we just thought they hated us,
million
wanted to torture
malicious
assets were removed storming into our matchmaking system and our scheduling system.
And they just give you instructions for completely.
What they figured out is this is the best way to promote a new feature, a new capability, and they're amping the crowd.
Yeah,
this is
I wonder when he stops talking.
And that's one of the things
because, yeah, I decided probably after this character, I'm gonna stop streaming for today. It's getting pretty late here. Okay, I will end the stream like 20 minutes or less. Because it's getting later, I can't stream too long actually. I'm getting tired.
By basically taking a snapshot of where you're at and using that for
but this is the latest time I've
giving us plenty of capacity to handle the rest of that. So like I said, 1 million in 10 seconds is where we're aiming on this. So go and close all the games you want and restart them. We'll handle it.
Oh, the reviews and first stream much?
I know reviews for moderation can be a real pain for you. We're really working on both speeding it up and upping the quality.
That's
give you an idea of the scale. Each and every day, we're doing about 500,000 image moderations and about 15,000 audio.
Oh
we're starting again
my god!
New tech that's making this much more efficient. At this point, the new stuff is is doing an auto review of about 1/3 of the images, and we're starting to deploy this for audio as well. We expect to ramp this up and have a lot more be auto machine based, so we can go much faster, and you're not waiting around for that image to be available to use in your experience. Some improvements in Creator Marketplace. I mentioned how we want to make it safe before, but then we want to go beyond that. So any verified creator will be able to sell plugins, in
after
the
like
marketplace.
50.
We want to go again to packages and models.
Well, I have been doing a lot today.
Work with each other.
That's my
Again,
I'm tired of this.
We're going to allow rich media in the description so you
like
can actually understand what the heck this thing is as you look around and have a great description for it. And then also something we're starting to experiment with, we're really excited about, this idea of more flexible payment methods. A one-time purchase works for certain sorts of things. But let's say it's a great plugin that really improves productivity. That should be a subscription model, maybe a freemium model, right? So we're going to enable these in the marketplace as well. So you guys have a lot of flexibility and a whole new way to share content with each other. Connecting with your users, also really important to all of you. I mean, they're your customers. They're the ones who make you guys successful. And one of the best ways to do that, we think, is with some sort of
customizable social invite with push notifications.
The ability to
That's
have
really cool.
Even when someone isn't in your experience.
If I do have custom notifications, okay, that's also cool. So lots of good. Like the entire RDC conference.
Also, custom social invites.
So
imagine
cool.
not a general
There's a lot of things we just come from.
Jeremy just knocked on your house's door. Do you want to
Bloxy Awards, a fantastic one also.
We think it will allow you guys to really take this and drive up engagement.
We got 23 thing. Oh.
Good stuff.
Oh, before and after. Shorelines.
One graphic thing I want to call out.
Oh my god.
Is like water sticking jello-like in our shorelines. You can just see the before and after. I don't think I have to say a whole lot how much better this gets, right?
Jesus. Wow! Look at that! Yeah, but water tends to stick sometimes in the wall of that.
Ads. There's a lot of cool tech behind
that's
it.
Cool.
Matchmaking and
what about the figuring that at least?
Understanding when has someone looked at a billboard and like how do we count that as an ad is really important. There's a lot of stuff we're going to be building for this. We're very excited, as the others mentioned, about what you guys can do with this in your experiences in a uniquely Roblox way that just, again, drives engagement and spending on the platform. And then I want to end with chat. Dave did that awesome demo. I'm not doing a live demo.
Almost dropped my headphones.
What I want to call out here is this is the culmination of a few years of really hard work.
That's fine.
We have layered clothing. We have facial animation. We have spatial voice. All coming together in a multi-year technical effort that I think you'll only ever find on Roblox. It's going to be really unique. It's really unique.
This is probably coming out this year or next year.
What all of you do with these capabilities.
When that is out, oh my god. That's going to be so cool. Thank you.
So with that, I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for putting up with this incredibly long list of things I just ran through. But I also wanted to thank you for being
okay, guys.
Community you are. Like
there's more guys probably popping up, but
you guys are the reason we get up
I had the link.
You guys motivate us, and we know that you'll hold us accountable. But you'll also be.
I'm gonna link it up, guys, if you want to go watch, because I'm gonna end it off today. Now I'm tired. I put up another stream.
Extremely thankful.
It's probably in a second. I will just give it link it up there. Yeah, okay, guys, so I'm going right now. What is the next character? I wonder.
Please welcome back Roblox founder and CEO David Baszucki and Microsoft's Chief Technology Officer Kevin Scott.
Okay, we have to go to introduction. What was the first part of it? Okay, guys, so if you want to continue watching this, you can. I'm gonna be going, so we're watching the introduction. Wait a minute, let's see here. The introduction of the thing. Okay, I'm going right now, guys.
Alright.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.
We have quite a treat for you.